Okay, now once you have this set up, we can compute the two basic performance measures, accuracy and error rate or misclassification rate. So accuracy here is the diagonal values are accurately predicted. Actual owners predicted as owners, and actual non-owners predicted as non-owners. So that's your accurate classification out of the total observation of 24. So that gives you your accuracy rate. Okay. Now 1 minus that will be your error rate. And error rate is what is often referred to as misclassification rate. Now what happens to these two measures when you change the threshold probability? Okay. We can set up a data table for that. Okay. I'm going to begin the okay, so we need to, how do you set up data table? You have to set up formulas that must be used to populate the table in the first row, and then starting from the second row to the left, you have to specify the values, input values for which the formulas must be evaluated. Okay, so we want accuracy and error rate. So that is accuracy formula, and misclassification rate is that. So these are the two formulas that needs to be evaluated and then used to populate the data table. And we want the input values that should go here. Okay, the probabilities. Let's assume that we want probabilities to go from 0 to 1 in increments of 0.05. Okay, so previous probability plus 0.05, right? So there you go, and then you copy that until you get to 1. All right. Okay. So now you start from this blank cell and make sure that you highlight the entire set of input values and the two columns for what the what the table is supposed to be populated with. So then data, what if, data table, and this is a one-dimensional table, meaning there is only one input, which is your threshold probability. Yeah. And where should that threshold probability is in a column, so this is a column input cell, and that probability should go into that cell. Okay. So now click OK, and your various accuracies and error rate, misclassification rate are now in a table. Okay, now we can plot these probabilities. Okay, let's use a hand plot and provide the series 1 is accuracy, series 2 is error rate or misclassification rate, the x-axis values are the cutoff probabilities. Yeah. So we have accuracy and error rate or cutoff probabilities. and okay, so what this says is that if you have 0 as your cutoff probability, right, here, there is 0, so what does it mean? So that means everything will be classified. You don't care what the propensity is, everything is classified as event. So in which case your accuracy rate would be, well, that would depend, the accuracy rate would be the same proportion of events in the data set. Okay. And in this case, there is 50%, so 24 is divided into 12 and 12, so you get 50%. Okay. Because everything is going to be event, so accuracy would be, the proportion of events would be your accuracy. On the other end, if your threshold probability is 1, so that means you're not going to classify anything as event. Everything will be non-event. So there the accuracy rate would be the proportion of non-events.